Get it. All right, welcome everybody. Ooh, that's nice and loud. First of all, thank you guys for being here. I thought that was a good defensive outing for us. I thought we played with great pace throughout the course of the game. We were able to execute a lot of things that we've been working on in practice. From an offensive standpoint, not our greatest second half defense, something that we're really looking to improve on. But I would guess that holding them to 1 point in the second quarter is got to be a program or school record. I don't know. It's pretty low. Can't get too much lower than that. But we'll go ahead and open up to any questions.
And if you would please, when I call on you, introduce yourself so that everybody can get to know you if they don't already.
Oh, sorry.
You're fine. Well, Nidi, let's start with you. You were 8 for 8 from the field today. What was working well for you on the offensive end?
Honestly, just trusted my reads and just stayed in the moment. Just stayed in the offense, just trusted what my coach said, and just stay within the moment.
Coach, what did you see out of it?
I thought Nidi's footwork and composure on the inside for offensive rebounding and her off-ball cuts were excellent. But more than that, we've talked about preparation, and Nidi's preparation for the last 3 or 4 days has been what's required to have great performances on the court in game time. And coming from high school to college, that transition is just not the same, right? And so how you prepare matters, how you treat your recovery matters, how you practice matters. And I thought today was a carryover of how she's prepared this week.
Ryan Urquhart, Learfield. Nidi, Niara had said in the post-game interview how she's kind of taken you under her wing a little bit. Can you speak to how she has supported you in your transition to this program?
I think she's helped me just get used to being in college and being a freshman, and she's felt like a lot of the same feelings that I'm feeling right now. So she's just helping me like with my mental transition, my physical transition, whether that's in practice or in games or even outside of basketball. So kind of like that.
Matt Natalto with WRUF. Y'all allowed only 8 points in the first half. Believe that is a program record. Y'all had 11 last year. What worked in that first half? What worked all game to make it such a defensive outing for y'all?
I would say we just came into the game focused, and we had a plan, and when we execute our plan, whether it's defensively or offensively, and set our mind to something, it's really hard to score on us.
For Liv and Coach, the first quarter, Liv was on the basket for both teams. What did you guys talk about at the end of the first quarter, and how did that open things up for you in the second? What changes, if any, did you make?
Say that one more time.
I think 7-14 is fairly low scoring first quarter. I thought we got great looks, and I thought Liv did an exceptionally good job of setting the table. They were changing their ball screen coverage on her versus the rest of our team. Her and our forwards were able to make an adjustment to that, but what you see is her composure and how she trains every day. And so she let the game come to her. And as the game came to her, she was able to encourage Miara. You knew those were good looks, yeah. Right? And I'm really proud of her leadership, especially at halftime, having that conversation with Miara. Hey, the basket's going to open up. It's no problem. Keep shooting. Those are good looks. But that's what leaders do. That's what elite point guard play looks like and sounds like. And I think defensively we had them sped up just a little bit, so they were out of their rhythm. We talk a lot as a team about making our opponents go to their second, third, or fourth read. And if you're just a little bit sped up, your shooting percentage is going to go quite a bit down. But I thought we had good looks. We kind of just needed to settle into the game, and in that second quarter you saw that happen.
I'm Anthony for WRUF. Liv, you played 31 minutes this game. How do you prepare to play that long of a game and because you didn't look tired at all, so how do you prepare for that stamina?
I train very hard in the off season. My off season is very difficult for this reason, and when I put my mind to something, I think my body will overcome it. And when my coaches believe in me and she's pushing me to stay in the game, I don't got a choice. So whatever the team needs.
I think I'll say one more thing to that too is, you know, it's kind of piggybacks on what Nidi and I have talked about. If you want to be able to perform and produce at a high level, the way that you take care of your body matters. And Liv has done an incredible job of preparing her body like a pro, right? And so how she recovers, what she does in her off days, I mean like practice days, you know, not quite off days, right? But I think that really determines her ability to play long minutes every night and be productive in those minutes.
You speak to the physical side of it and that preparation. There's moments in this game and in previous games where the emotions are riding really high, getting excited after a big basket. How much do you tap into that to help fuel your play on the court?
I live for the excitement, as you all know. And when I have a lot of energy, my team feeds off it. So most of the time I know when we're feeling down or we need a little or a little push, even if I don't score something or somebody else scores, I'm going to get hype. I'm going to bring the energy because Gators women's basketball feeds off that.
What do you think about that, Nidi? How does that help you?
I think it helps me like get to the next play, because if I miss something or like I miss a defensive assignment, then when all of us have energy, then it's pretty easy to move on from that and then just celebrate with our team.
Two more in the front.
Chris Harry, Florida Gators.com. Where's the energy come when you're not in the game? You're moving a lot on the baseline. Like getting your team, is that you just trying to keep your body warm, or is it more that staying engaged and staying fired up?
Just staying engaged and trying to keep my body warm. That's all it is.
I think it's probably both, Chris. Liv understands the game, and so, you know, even when you watch Liv in high school, there's not a moment, you know, I remember playing in St. Pete last year, and Liv was in foul trouble, right? And she's done a good job of that this season. But understanding what it takes to be a great teammate, to propel your team to win, is something totally different. And so not only staying engaged, but understanding what the reads are and how you support and how you help when you're on the bench in that role is equally as important as the play on the floor. That makes sense. And, you know, it's going to be a long season. And it's going to be imperative that she's not only fresh with her body, but that she's fresh with her mind. And that goes for all of our players. And so as a coach, it's very important that you're in tune to those things. But I think when you see her on the sideline, bringing that same amount of energy, but with strategic improvements, wouldn't you say? And reads going into huddles, I think is very important for our team and our team's success.
Last one.
Brooke Bastida, the Florida Alligator. Nidi, coming off of the bench, what does it mean to you to be able to put up numbers like Liv and Yara?
Big dog.
Honestly, it's just about confidence and just trusting in myself and knowing that I can be in those moments to score. Like I've been able to do it in high school. Now it's just about keeping my confidence and knowing that I could do it here too, no matter like who's guarding me.
And I'll say this again, and I mean it. The strength of our team is our team. And it could be anybody, any night. And we have, you know, Liv, Layla, and Miara know they have to be consistent in order for us to be as successful as we want to be. And that takes a lot of pressure off of Nidi and Kat and Mills and other players, right? But how they prepare matters, and it's going to determine our long-term success.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot, ladies. The team is on the road this weekend at Nidi, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, tip on Sunday.
Shout out to my mom.